Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the brand new Spearhead. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Make your vow with the new Darkoath Raiders Spearhead box. The slaves to darkness have many faces, but many among them are hardy men and women of the Darkoath tribe, abandoned by Sigmar when he beat a hasty retreat from Archaon at the dawn of the Age of Chaos. They make oaths to their gods in return for power, and their most ferocious leaders pursue the heady heights of the path to glory. With Savage New Spearhead coming alongside Battletome Slaves to Darkness, they'll soon be able to pledge their allegiance in the fast and furious game mode. Alright, so we got a brand new Spearhead box coming for the Darkoath Slaves to Darkness. So pretty nice setup right here, quite a nice model count. We've got some cavalry, some infantry, a character, all relatively new models, and some really nice looking stuff right here. So let's take a look at the rules inside the Darkoath box. The Darkoath Raiders are a roving band of brutes united by the Darkoath WarQueen, a fearless warrior who has reached dizzying heights of leadership amongst the Darkoath tribes, and as such has begun her long journey to ascend the path of glory. Once per turn you can make one of their famous oaths to darkness, proving their might to the gods so that they might be handsomely rewarded. To do so, they choose one of their battle tactics cards and show it to their opponent. If it is scored, the card remains face up, and the command ability on it can be used at any applicable time during the rest of the game. Face up oaths don't count towards your hand of battle tactics, so by fulfilling them you can amass a rove of commands to call on. So once per turn per army, your hero phase, Oaths of Darkness. Effect, you can reveal one battle tactic card in your hand to your opponent. If you do so, the battle tactic card becomes your oath for the rest of the turn. While the battle tactic card is your oath, you can still use the command on it or attempt to score that battle tactic on it as normal. If you scored that battle tactic on your oath this turn, your oath is fulfilled. Instead of discarding this card, you place it to one side, but you can still use the commands on it. Once you do so, the card is discarded as normal. Fulfilled oaths placed to one side in this way do not count towards the 3 battle tactics cards you can have in your hand. If you use your command on your oath before it is scored, it is discarded as normal. At the end of the turn, the oath is still in your hand and the oath has not been fulfilled. It ceases to be your oath. Alright, so pretty cool little duality right here. Now, obviously, if you need to use that command, you would normally be giving up scoring your card. If you can score the card and not use the command during that turn, you then have access to that command in future turns. So essentially it allows your army to score your tactics and then sort of power up as the game progresses with the ability to use the command card on later turns because you fulfilled your oath. So pretty cool little ability right here. Definitely a nice little spin on things and going to give this a unique play style in Spearhead. The Darkoath Raiders have 2 regiment abilities. They can either go all in on melee combat with Rage of Arkour, which allows the unit to improve its rend, or lean into their natural talent for hit and run attacks as fearless invaders. So we have 2 regimental abilities. Pick one of the following regimental abilities. Once per turn per army, any combat phase, Rage of Arkour. Declare, pick a friendly unit in combat to be the target. Effects, for the rest of the turn, add 1 to the rend characteristic of the target's melee weapons. So nice little ability to essentially increase the punch of one of your units in melee combat by increasing the rend by 1. So if you're going up against a heavily armored army like the Stormcast Eternals, or maybe some Vampire Knights, and you need that extra punch to get through their tough armor, this is a nice ability that you can use once per turn. And then we have once per turn army, your movement phase, Fearless Invaders. Declare, pick a friendly unit in combat to be the target. Effect, if the target uses a retreat ability this turn, no mortal damage is inflicted on it, and it can still use charge abilities later in this turn. So this one much more focused on mobility, allowing you to retreat, not take any mortal wounds, and then recharge back into combat, triggering any charge bonuses that you may have, or becoming more of like a hit and run or like swift combat army. So very cool, definitely like the diversity of these. The Darkoath WarQueen herself is the linchpin, taking Oath of Supremacy in her hero phase, bestowing improved hit rolls to a unit within 12 inches. So we have the Darkoath WarQueen, who is your character in the army, and she's going to have the Oath of Supremacy, your hero phase. Declare, pick a friendly unit wholly within 12 of your general to be the target. Effect, until the start of your next turn, add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made by that target. So you're going to pick a close by unit wholly within 12 and then give them +1 to hit. So again, increasing your damage output, focused around your WarQueen to kill a key unit without having to spend those command points to buff them up. So very cool. Now a quick word from today's sponsor, CMO Games. CMO Games carries a full range of Games Workshop products including miniatures, paint, terrain, tools, and more. They take pre-orders for most Games Workshop new releases as early as possible, usually 12:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. CMO Games offers 15% off of MSRP for most all Games Workshop products and offer fast free shipping to the continental United States on orders over $50. Most orders ship out within 24 hours. You know their customer service is top-notch as they've been selling games online for over 20 years. Use the affiliate link below and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you. Usually found roving the lands in pursuit of their own oaths, the Darkoath Savages are accompanied by a God Speaker, who uses her power of divination to receive visions of the glory. So we have the Darkoath Savages, your hero phase, Visions of Glory. Effect: if this unit includes a God Speaker, roll 8 dice. For each 6, until the start of your next turn, you can reroll 1 hit roll, 1 wound roll, 1 run roll, or 1 save roll for this unit. Alright, so very cool. You're going to activate this ability, you're going to roll 8d6, and then for each 6, you're going to set that aside, and it's going to give you a reroll for a key roll during the game. So a hit roll is not bad, a wound roll, again, not bad. A run roll could be pretty crucial, and then also a save roll as well. So giving you a little bit of dice manipulation for a key roll to keep a model alive, try to get a little extra damage output, or to make sure that you get a crucial run roll without having to spend a command point. So again, very cool, some new little like manipulation dice mechanics. Now this is only going to affect your Darkoath Savages unit that has the God Speaker inside, but it's going to allow them to essentially be a little more consistent throughout the game. And in the event that you get lucky and get multiple 6s, this could be a very powerful ability. The force is completed by 5 swift Darkoath Fellriders and 10 Darkoath Marauders who have the chance to return the battle via reinforcements keyword. You'll be able to pre-order the Battleforce Slaves to Darkness and new Darkoath Raiders Spearhead box on Saturday, so you can make all sorts of promises to the Pantheon and secure power unimaginable for fulfilling these dark bonds. So very cool, definitely a big fan of the Darkoath Raiders box set. It's got an overall nice composition, a lot of new models. If you like the aspect of like the Conan the Barbarian type chaos army, this is going to let you play your Slaves to Darkness using a lot of these like similar aesthetically pleasing models. You've got a little bit of cavalry for some speed. You have a nice character in the Darkoath WarQueen, and then you have your basic chaos chaff, and then also the Darkoath Savages, which are a little bit more buffed up and going to have some nice abilities of their own. You got multiple ways to play the army, granting them either extra rend or the ability to fall back and then recharge. You've got some cool little buffs from the WarQueen, allowing you pluses to hit, which is going to be especially potent on Spearhead, where you're playing on a smaller board. And then you've also got your bonuses from the God Speaker, allowing you some minimal dice manipulation. You're also going to have the ability to do extra commands with your Darkoath packs. So very cool. I like the flavor of this. I like the models. The overall composition is nice. We know this is going to be a nice deal over MSRP relative to buying the individual units. And we would expect Games Workshop to release the full rules for these for free on Warhammer Community right alongside their launch. So let me know what you think of Spearhead so far. Have you been enjoying the game? Which is your favorite faction so far? Do you find the game to be balanced? Are there any particular Spearheads that you find to be extremely potent or a little lackluster? And most importantly, are you going to be picking up the Darkoath box when it becomes available? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments, and as always, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products, and make sure to tell them that Warhammer Man sent you. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm looking forward to the new Darkoath Raiders hitting the ground running with their new release, and I'm out of here.